Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Sorry.
4, 3, 2. I'm Elmo. She's Inger, and this is Brutally Honest Talk Radio.
Welcome to Brutally Honest Talk Radio, where you will learn about an issue minus the BS. We don't always say what you want to hear, but what you need to hear about the issues of the day. Here's your host, Inger, along with Elmo, with his political insight and commentary.
Hey, Inger. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Good.
So, what do we have on the menu for today?
Oh, let's see. We're going to talk about the passing of Cicely Tyson and Larry King. And also, what would happen if, quote unquote, all white people went away? That should be interesting. And also, we're going to talk about Trump starting another political party. There's been a lot of back and forth about that, and people are kind of guessing what he's going to do next, that sort of thing. So that should be an interesting conversation. But let's start off with Cicely Tyson and Larry King.
Yeah.
They both passed away this week.
Yeah. So this is January 29th. Cicely Tyson passed away yesterday. She was born in 1924.
Okay.
So yeah. I think she was 96.
6.
And did not look that age. Two reasons why I'm talking about her, because famous people or celebrities, they pass every year, they pass away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm mentioning her for two reasons. Number one, she was a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, she was a good person. How do I know this? Is because you really can't be famous in America or be a successful actor or actress for almost 5 decades and you never hear anything bad about the person.
Very true.
If they're going to be involved in any drama or scandal or something unethical, it's going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So the silence of that speaks volumes. Just the fact that we've never heard anything, anything bad about her or anything on that level. Just a professional, classy person living her life.
Exactly. It's not all about politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what her political leanings were at all.
Right, and that says a lot too.
Yeah.
Because the Oscars now, or even when it's not at the Oscars, just people getting on their phone and letting their beliefs or their opinions be known when it comes to politics,
Mm-hmm.
which really it should be separated.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone's being interviewed and they're being asked how they feel about this or that, or trying to get the person they're interviewing with to agree with them that Trump or Biden is an idiot, I would just say, well, I'm aware of what's going on and my antennas are up, and I'm really wanted to promote this movie or to talk about things that are related to me as an actor, even if it's off the set or when the camera's not rolling or on the set or behind the scenes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really want to keep that personal or keep that to the side. And, I'm not, that's not why I became an actor.
Right.
Yeah, I remember her when I was a kid in the 70s. She did a made-for-TV movie about Marva Collins.
Okay.
Marva Collins was a black teacher who created a different way of teaching, and she got her own school, the Marva Collins School, which
Mm-hmm.
continued to teach students even after she left. But she had a certain style where she would make them memorize things about history or whatever it is, but children were learning. Children were coming in, they were being respectful, they were being quiet, things were orderly. They were sitting up straight. They had good posture, and she didn't do it in a brash or forceful way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, children enjoy this, and it was a system that worked and a system that inspired other schools. So Cicely Tyson did the Marva Collins story, and that was like in the late 70s.
Wow. Wow. Is it on YouTube by now or?
It
'Cause
should
I hadn't
be.
heard of it. Okay.
It should
Okay.
be.
And in that vein, Larry King. Well, you also didn't know what he was about either at all. He
Yeah.
was he would interview people, celebrities, politicians, everyone, face to face, head on, and you never knew what direction he was coming from, and I think that's excellent. That's an excellent journalist.
Yeah, absolutely. Larry King also passed away, and he was one of the early guys from the old days as far as radio. I love that he kept the classic toaster microphone, you know, that CBS was using in the 40s on radio before television, like
Mhm.
a similar style, with the grill lines in it and all metal and like a pickle or something, with a with a brace or bracket holding it. It's just I just it's a nostalgic part of me. I like some of the traditional things, from the 50s or in
Yeah.
classic radio. Yeah. Just kind of an icon. Had a
Yes.
had a good had a good long life.
He certainly did. He certainly did. And I think Larry King Live. His show was filmed in New York, if I'm not mistaken, maybe New York or LA. But if it was in New York, then that leads us over to the other news of the day, and Governor Cuomo.
What I wanted to say about Cuomo, that's actually I wanted to make a correction about something. So, um, whatever people may think about this, but I was calling him Mario Cuomo. That's his father, and
Hmm.
the current governor is actually
Yes.
Andrew Cuomo, and then of course his brother is Chris, who's on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
So that transition was so smooth. 20 years ago, Mario was governor, and now here's this guy. How did that
Yeah.
happen? So,
Right.
yeah. And then I just happened to come across that because we get bits and pieces off of Google and things to use audio or video for the not video but photos, you know.
Hmm.
And so when I saw that, I said, "Oh, I've been saying a name or getting them mixed up." Hey, sometimes I call the twins by the wrong name. My own kids, my
Your
own
own
children.
kids. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Interesting. And with that correction, I guess we'll go next to, I guess the question is, what if whites went away? Was
Well, that
someone out saying that?
well, that's what some people act like would make their world or make their life better.
Okay.
And so that spurned from the people that believe in white privilege and white oppression, and that black people are in the state that we are in as a people because of white people holding us back. All
Oh,
right.
wow.
All right. So to the blacks, this is a question for the blacks who think that white people are holding you down. You heard Ice Cube talk about we need to do something about the wealth gap. Okay, well, the best way to for you to get wealth, without even looking at a gap, I don't really need to look at what somebody else is making. I need to figure out how much money I want to make for me. If it's something that's important to me, let me figure out how much money I want to make, and then how much different careers pay. And
Hmm.
then also you want to do something that you enjoy. So if you're making a lot of money but you hate what you're doing for a career, I don't consider that success.
You're right.
You can have success with that. So, some people are acting like white people are the root of all our problems. So, let me start by asking you, Inger, if if all the white people in America left, would you think that we would be better off? or all the black people in America moved into 4 or 5 states, we had our own government, we were a separate country,
Mm-hmm.
then how many problems of black people do you think would go away or change?
Absolutely zero.
And
Absolutely zero.
I'll start by saying that if everyone in America, if everyone in the country was black, that wouldn't stop the number of babies being born out of wedlock, which is 70% being born out of wedlock. Which, if that happens, there's a very good chance that the child is going to come up with one parent.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to grow all the way up to 18, or most of the time with one parent, most of the time with the mama,
Right.
and not have a father. So that's one thing, because that's the root of a lot of big problems, is the broken home. But another
Mm-hmm.
thing is, if blacks feel that because of white privilege they're not making a certain amount of money or not in a successful career, if all the people in the country were black, that how would that cause your money to go up?
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
how would that increase your salary? Because I'm going to tell you something about player haters. It's not really a racial thing. All right. And when I
Mm-hmm.
came to Atlanta in 1994, and within 2 years, I got a pretty good job at Delta Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And around that time, some of the black men from Atlanta would be telling me, we can't get a job because all y'all out of town cats moving here taking all the jobs. All right. Yeah. I'm sure that if I stayed in Detroit, you would have gotten my job at Delta Airlines in the corporate office.
Right.
That's what's stopping you, you know. So,
Yeah.
stop making excuses. This is a challenge. Like, people would be surprised. Some people, if they don't already know, would be surprised how far they could get with hard work and perseverance, instead of trying to put a face or a mask on a certain person, whether it be the
Yes.
president or whatever. People listening to this, if you haven't already heard this song, go look up a rap video called Racism.
Oh, okay.
It is written or performed by a white rapper, and it's got a lot of cursing in there, But I'm able to sift through that and get to the substance and the message and the meaning of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the lyrics that he says in his song is, he said, "I guess everything's Trump's fault because you making bad decisions." Like, yeah,
Yeah. It's folks are just, the tension is high, and it's high unnecessarily. Folks have enough to worry about already. And then they're just adding that to it. Doesn't it make anything any better? And secondly, if they wanted to see kind of what life would be like, just look at Africa.
yeah.
I mean, so clearly that's not what it's about. It's definitely not about color.
There's
It's about
never
people.
there's
Hmm.
never a shortage of scapegoats.
Never.
If the
Okay.
white scapegoats go away, you will find one. There's this
Yeah.
brown goats and the light brown goats and dark brown goats. Whenever that's one thing, that there is a bottomless pit, an endless well of excuses
Hmm.
and blaming someone else for what situation people are in.
Yes. Yes. Which is never good at all. Like you say,
Yeah.
always a scapegoat. There's never a lack of those. Um, and what about, with having said that, and people fighting each other because of the different races and now ideologies, and it's just a lot of confusion. There was this week an assault at Chic Fil-a. Okay, what
All right.
happened? Because I didn't hear
So
about that.
this is Fox News.
Okay.
Upset with coronavirus protocol, meaning being told to wear a mask, Woman threw a brick or bricks at Atlanta Chick-fil-A drive-through window. And then also WSB local news. Woman angry with COVID-19 restrictions attack Atlanta Chick-fil-A with bricks. Just for the discussion of what do you think this woman's punishment or women's punishment should be for doing that? That's the first thing.
Well, first of all, they definitely need to pay for the window and the damage that they caused. Secondly, they need to apologize to the Chick-fil-A owner, operators, employees, kind of however that works out. They definitely need to apologize for them. And they likely need some jail time because this is not what you do. You just don't do this. So that definitely needs to happen. I mean, how do you rev up and throw a brick into a Chick-fil-A? I mean, who does that?
Right.
Well,
and I'm reading.
Well, obviously she does, but
I'm reading about it as you're talking. So yeah, basically, and they got pictures of this. This woman got out of the car and came up to the window, like she's standing on her feet, like coming up to the window. But the dining room was closed, because of COVID-19. Like a lot of dining rooms are closed. Some are
Yes.
open, but some are closed. And she didn't like that. She didn't like, having to be told to wear a mask or not being able to come in. So the wretchedness of someone. I mean, a couple of things I'll say. People have been wearing a mask for almost a year now, nationwide. I see people wearing them outside, which you actually don't have to do unless you're in a cluttered area, a crowded area with a lot of other people. But definitely businesses. People should know this.
Absolutely.
All right. And then to become violent. Most people don't carry bricks in their cars. So I'm thinking that she had time to think about this and meditate on going to get multiple bricks to throw at the window. Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet this woman already has a criminal record?
I bet she does. She's escalated to this. Not necessarily this in her first rodeo.
I'm going to read some of the statements here on this. Right, I'm just jumping around, but everybody, we love you. We just, for reasons of time, we try to hit the highlights sometime. So, police say 2 women threw bricks at an Atlanta Chick-fil-A drive-through window after they tried to go inside, which was closed for dining in due to COVID-19. All right. Video of the incident of Chick-fil-A at Chastain Square in Buckhead has circulated widely on social media. Video shot by employees inside shows a woman pounding on the glass of a drive-through window. Employees are startled moments later by a loud crash. And then police said in a report that a woman walked into the building after being told it was closed. Female appeared to have left the location. However, she returned with 2 more black females in a white Chrysler sedan. You leave and then you come back. You go get somebody. Like, hey, you want to be involved in this crime? Let me tell y'all what happened. And then the person, this is the mentality of these people. Their mentality and their narrative is that they are a victim. Somebody else did me wrong. I'm the center of my universe. I decide what's right and wrong. And we need justice. And what do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Right now. That kind of mentality. And come on, y'all gotta go with me. Y'all gotta jump in this white Chrysler and ride up there because it's ride or die. And just because we're in a white Chrysler, they'll never see us.
Right.
We'll never get on video because it's nighttime.
Gosh, Just how do you get to that point?
There were no injuries, but there were no injuries, but the suspects did over $500 in damage to the
Wow.
property, according to yeah.
Wow. Good
So
gracious. It's just don't talk about entitlement going wild. Entitlement going wild. And next, what about Trump starting another political party? And we could probably guess which one that particular lady would be a part of.
yeah, yeah,
Antifa or whatever. But what about Trump? There have been rumors about him starting another political party.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found something interesting on that. Right, just some statistics on it. So let me set it up. Morning Consult survey released on Wednesday shows that 3 in 10 Republican voters would strongly consider joining a Trump-formed political party, with a slightly higher percentage said they would remain in the GOP. All right, so it's got this graph, right? It's got this graph, and this, what I'm about to read to you, this is just Republicans. Okay. When asked, so it says, share voters who would be more interested in being a member of the following if Donald Trump started a Patriot Party. Republicans are asked this. 36% would remain voting for Republicans. 30% of Republicans would vote for the Patriot Party that Trump started, or vote for him. That's what they're really saying. They would vote for Trump if he comes through the door of this Patriot Party rather than the Republican Party.
Okay.
8% said neither one, and 25% don't know or don't have an opinion. These are Republicans.
Okay.
So these are people that are voting and voting Republican, but they, that's the breakdown of it. Now, his numbers are similar to 2020 Trump voters. So people that just voted for Trump back in November, they would continue to vote Republican. All right, they're 31% are basically whoever's running on the Republican ticket. 35% of people that voted for Trump would vote for him in the Patriot Party. I guess that's what they're basically saying. Hopefully, more than saying whoever else is running or future candidates of the Patriot Party, because it's better to go by the person and what they stand for, and depending on who it is, rather than just be a party person. But this is a higher percentage of people that with the choice between the Republican Party and the Patriot Party, higher percentage are going toward Patriot.
Yes.
And this is of the people that voted for Trump. And then 5% say neither one. And then 28% of Trump voters don't know or don't have an opinion. And they're still open.
Gotcha. So it sounds like he still has the support of, folks are willing to follow him wherever he goes next.
Yes, some of them, definitely. There's been some talk of Trump has smeared the Republican Party, or with what happened at the Capitol, that this is making a lot of people never want to vote Republican again. And these numbers are showing that people are open. People are open or open-minded.
Which is a good first step. As a matter of fact, it really is. Folks are looking for something different. Everything to the point of being highly politicized, but people are more interested in politics now. I'm glad that they're looking and that they're open to something else that is an opening, I guess, for either party, but definitely there's an opening there to have the discussions, at least. It's so, everything's so politically charged right now, till you would think it may be hard to talk to people about different things, but this may, may be the flip side. It may be now easier to talk to people about things because they are open.
And you know, who is the best who is the best Democrat president that we've had in the last 50 years?
Oh goodness.
I don't mean to back you into a corner, but
I'm thinking Kennedy, maybe just, and
well,
that's
that
even,
was more than
I was
that
more
was
than
more than 50
50.
years ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Johnson was on his way out, in 1970, or yeah, uh, Johnson was gone because I think Nixon got elected in '68, and you know, he did well up to Watergate,
Yeah.
except Watergate and the lying about Vietnam. So, oh
Yeah.
man, we'll say that Clinton, I saw him do some good things in his second term. He was green when he got in there, and a lot of people may not know this. Bill Clinton's first day in office, he called George Bush and asked him for advice.
Oh, wow.
George Bush
Hmm.
Sr.,
Yeah,
who he
yeah.
had just defeated. So he really felt like a greenhorn, and was reaching out. The thing is, Joe Biden, I don't think that he's going to impress people. I don't think that anyone will, or most people will not, or would not vote for him again. I mean, when you get up to that age,
Hmm.
right, 78, 79, and then he's 82 when the next election comes around, I don't think he's going to be faster or better or have more energy, or, be able to get his words out or clearly lay out a plan better. So, yeah, what I'm saying is, if there was a guy who could come in there and was smart, and I mean, Obama was young, he was cunning, he was able to run down something, and whatever his agenda was, he sold it, at least to his base. He said, "This is what I want to do. I got some ideas," and just sold it in a way that people bought it.
Hmm. He did. And it didn't hurt that he was, everybody was excited to vote for the first black president
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
sort of thing.
sure.
That didn't hurt at all.
Oh yeah, well, how much you want to bet that well, let's see. We believe that Kamala is going to be in there maybe less than a year, right, and take the place of Biden. So I guess when she were like get in that way, get in a
Hmm.
way that people did not vote for her, like Gerald Ford got in there without people voting for him. So I guess when 2024 comes around, she can't say, vote for me to make me the first black woman. Oh, well, I'm already in office. So
Right.
you already seen that, been there, done that. So I'm not going to be able to run on that. It's going to be about what I've done up till now,
Hmm.
and also what new or what different is coming in the years 2024 to 2028. This is my
Hmm.
plan for that.
Yes.
What we're dealing with now, and where I plan to take the country.
Hmm.
Where I plan to take the country.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, with that, do you have any final thoughts for us?
Well, you know what? I thought that I would let the final thought today be from Dr. Phil. Something that I heard from him in an interview that I just think was a great thing that people need to hear. This is Dr. Phil on the Joe Rogan Show.
What's really going on? You compare your personal truth to everybody else's social mask. Because you go to school and well, I know that last night the windows got kicked out of my house. I know that the utilities got turned off, and I know there was a big fight in my kitchen last night. And the kid sitting next to me, he's got on a shirt that's all ironed, and his face is all bright and clean, and he looks like he's just got it all together. And you compare yourself to that person, that kid, and you feel like you're second class. And the problem with that is we generate the results in life we think we deserve. So if you think you're damaged, you think you're second class, you will generate results that you think a second class person deserves. So if you don't fix your personal truth, then you'll spend the rest of your life saying, well, you know, those really good results, those belong for somebody else. That's not for me.
Wow.
So I thought that was a pretty good gold nugget. And of course, he's a psychologist, but I guess a good psychologist is able to talk to people in plain terms. And, you know, anyway, I guess that speaks to wherever someone is today, you don't have to be stuck there. See, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, exactly. I was agreeing with you. That's true.
Yeah, when I say I'm a constitutionalist and I believe it, and I believe, I don't think there's anything about it I don't believe. But one thing that was said by the founding fathers is we believe that all men are created equal, right? We hold these truths to be self-evident. So everybody has in them equality. I mean, everyone may have a different potential, but everyone has the right to do well. And we are, the differences between us are not biological or in our DNA. I mean, hard work and willingness to learn and admit mistakes, you know, that can push somebody forward. Jealousy will just get you in a bad, dangerous place. I was raised in a way, my parents told me, listen, you're no better than anybody else, and no one else is any better than you. In other words, like, equalize it. But some people say, well, that's not for me. That's for other people. Success is for other people. You know, I live in the hood. It's a crime-ridden community. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Who can I blame? Let me look to the left and the right. You know, I'm telling you, man, that victim label. But anyway, I thought that was a good thing he said, especially in America. Wherever you are, you can climb out of it.
Absolutely. Determination, you know. And I'll kind of piggyback on what you said. This was said by Patrick Henry at the Virginia Convention in 1775. It says, we are not weak if we make a proper use of those means which the God of nature has placed in our power. The battle, sir, is not to the strong alone. It is to the vigilant, the active, the brave. And I think that fits perfectly with what you stated with Dr. Phil. And with that,
thank you for listening to Brutally Honest Talk Radio. If there's a topic you'd like us to cover, reach out at brutehonestradio@gmail.com. That's BRUT, honestradio@gmail.com.
Also, leave a review for us wherever you listen to this podcast. Leave a 5-star review for us wherever you listen to this podcast. And also, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and hit the notifications button so you'll know when we upload a new episode. And with that, we will talk to you next time.
Take care, everybody. We'll catch you later on BHR.